The London Underground isn't just trains and tunnels, it's a maze with hidden layers. Beneath the familiar map lies a secret network, the step-free tube. Lifts tucked inside corridors, ramps where stairs once ruled, and shortcuts most riders never notice. But here's the twist. What looks step-free often isn't, and what looks impossible sometimes has an easy hidden path. The official maps won't tell you, but if you know where to look, you can unlock faster, smoother, smarter ways through the city. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain, how to prepare, which stations are secretly brilliant, and the tricks that save you time, energy, and stress. Whether you're rolling a suitcase, pushing a stroller, or navigating on wheels, this is the underground most Londoners never see. Prepare before you descend. The step-free tube isn't something you improvise. Unlike the standard underground, where missed transfers can be fixed by jogging up some stairs, here every choice matters. One wrong entrance can add 15 minutes of detours, multiple lifts, or even force you back above ground. Preparation is everything. Start with tools. TfL publishes an official step-free tube guide, a version of the familiar map dotted with wheelchair icons. But don't stop there. That guide is broad, too broad. It marks stations as step-free even if they only offer partial access. You might arrive expecting smooth travel and instead find yourself staring at 3 steps between platform and train. Better. Use apps designed for real-time navigation. CityMapper and TfL Go both let you filter routes by step-free access. Move It does the same. They'll tell you which stations have lifts, which are out of order, and which platforms align perfectly with the train doors. A few minutes of checking before you descend can save you endless frustration once you're underground. Charge your phone fully. Accessibility routes often require following signs down unfamiliar corridors, and if you lose battery, you lose your guide. If you're traveling deep, King's Cross, for example, where the lifts descend like mini elevators into another dimension, signal may vanish. Screenshots are your safety net. Because the truth is, the step-free tube isn't always smooth. It's a patchwork of modern upgrades sewn onto Victorian tunnels. Some stations glide with futuristic lifts, others creak with machinery installed decades ago. Preparation is how you bridge that gap. Understand what step-free really means. On paper, step-free sounds simple, no steps between street and train. In practice, London complicates things. There are 2 types of step-free access. Step-free to platform, you can get from the street into the station through lifts and ramps and onto the platform. But when the train arrives, there may still be a gap, sometimes wide, sometimes a small step up. Step-free to train. This is the gold standard. You roll, walk, or push directly into the carriage with no obstacles. These stations are rare gems, scattered unevenly across the network. Knowing the difference matters. Imagine you're at Bank Station. The signs declare step-free access, and it's true, you can glide through lifts and ramps. But when the train doors open, there's a small vertical rise. For a wheelchair, it's a barrier. For someone with heavy luggage, it's a hassle. That's why riders in the know carry a mental map of where true step-free boarding exists. Stations like King's Cross, St. Pancras, Victoria Line, Green Park, Jubilee Line, and Westminster Jubilee Line are excellent. Others, like older parts of the Piccadilly or Northern lines, are far less forgiving. The trick? Don't just trust the map. Read the fine print. TfL's website and apps will specify platform to train gaps, and in practice, station staff often carry manual ramps. But relying on that adds another layer of delay. Step-free success means knowing which stations are truly seamless. Move with the flow, but smarter. London's tube is designed for speed. The escalators are fast, the corridors narrow, and the platforms crowded. But step-free routes often break away from this current, winding through hidden elevators and quiet back hallways. To navigate them well, you need to think differently. At most major stations, step-free access isn't at the main entrance. Take Oxford Circus. Thousands stream through the iconic street entrances every morning, but if you're looking for step-free travel, you'll be detouring through side streets to find the hidden lift access. Locals know this, tourists often don't, and end up circling in confusion. Follow the signs. In London, step-free paths are marked with a blue wheelchair symbol, but they're not always obvious. Sometimes a tiny arrow tucked above eye level points toward a lift that looks like a service door. Other times, you'll pass through staff-only looking hallways that are, in fact, the official route. Don't hesitate. That's part of the design. And remember, lifts move slower than escalators. At rush hour, queues form. Allow extra time. The flow of commuters won't always match your pace, but once you step into the lift, you're in a parallel current, slower, but steadier. Secrets hidden in plain sight. This is where the real magic of the step-free tube begins. Stations hold secrets that even daily commuters miss. Green Park's hidden corridors. Renovated for the 2012 Olympics, Green Park offers one of the smoothest step-free experiences in London. Wide modern lifts take you from street to platform with ease. But the real secret? Its design makes it the best transfer point between the Jubilee, Victoria, and Piccadilly lines if you're avoiding stairs. Regular commuters might brave Oxford Circus for the same transfer, but Green Park is cleaner, calmer, and far easier if you know it exists. King's Cross shortcuts. The station is massive, practically a city beneath a city, but tucked inside are lifts that skip entire sections of walking. For example, instead of following the crowds down endless ramps toward the Piccadilly line, you can use the lifts near the ticket hall to drop directly onto the platform. It feels almost like cheating. Westminster's direct descent. Few realize that Westminster Station's Jubilee line platforms are some of the deepest in London, yet also some of the most accessible. The lifts drop you right beside the train, no fuss, no detour. It's one of the rare stations where step-free really means effortless. Canary Wharf's design advantage. Built in the 1990s, this station was designed with accessibility in mind. Wide halls, multiple lifts, and a seamless ride to the Jubilee line make it not just step-free, but stress-free. If only more stations followed its model. These stations are the jewels of the hidden map, the ones accessibility veterans swear by and savvy travelers seek out. Guard your time, guard your energy. Step-free doesn't always mean efficient. Some stations advertise accessibility but require what feels like a pilgrimage to reach the platform. Take Bank Station. Its newly upgraded step-free routes are real, but they demand long, winding corridors and multiple lifts. Technically accessible? Yes. Convenient? Not always. The same goes for Waterloo. Enormous, step-free but sprawling. If you're not prepared, you'll spend more time navigating than traveling. That's why locals who depend on accessibility learn the art of choosing transfers wisely. Sometimes it's faster to travel one stop farther, then transfer at an easier station. For example, instead of transferring at Tottenham Court Road, busy, chaotic, partial access, you might hop off at Green Park or King's Cross, where the lifts are smoother and the signage clearer. Energy is part of the calculation too. Step-free travel often means walking farther, even if you're rolling wheels. Long ramps, indirect corridors, and detours sap energy. Planning routes isn't just about minimizing steps, it's about minimizing effort. And that's something the regular tube map will never show you. Tools that outperform the official map. If you want to master the step-free tube, forget relying on the standard map alone. The real edge comes from digital tools. TfL Go app. It's official, it's reliable, and it includes live lift status updates. If a lift is broken, and yes, it happens often, the app will warn you. City Mapper, a favorite among Londoners. Select step-free routes in the options, and it recalculates your journey to avoid obstacles. It's smarter than TfL Go when it comes to time saving. Accessible, less known, but powerful. It offers detailed station guides, including platform gaps, ramp slopes, and the exact placement of lifts. Twitter alerts. Believe it or not, many commuters still rely on TfL's accessibility updates posted on X, Twitter. Delays and lift outages often appear here before they filter into apps. The secret isn't just knowing where lifts exist. It's knowing if they're working, how long they take, and what alternatives you have when they don't. Digital tools are your best allies. Read the map, but read the room. 2. Every station comes with a printed step-free map, but maps don't tell you the human element. Look around. Watch how staff move. Notice where locals line up for lifts. If you see a crowd forming at one, there's usually a reason. It's the main access point, even if signs suggest alternatives. Staff are often happy to help, but queues can be long. Equally important is reading fellow passengers. During rush hour, lifts fill quickly. If you're carrying luggage or pushing a stroller, let people exit before you attempt to enter. Not only is it polite, it's strategic. Otherwise, you'll get trapped in a crowd that resents you. Step-free travel isn't just geography, it's psychology. Learn to read the people around you, and the journey becomes smoother. Embrace the step-free tube as part of London, not apart from it. Too often, accessibility is framed as an exception, a special route for a minority. But the truth is, the step-free tube is London at its most human. It's where infrastructure meets real lives. Parents pushing strollers, elderly travelers conserving energy, tourists hauling suitcases, wheelchair users claiming space that should always have been theirs. And in this shared space, you see the city differently. You notice the care put into newer stations like Canary Wharf. You see the struggles where upgrades fall short, like at Bank. You realize that accessibility isn't just about ramps and lifts, it's about dignity, efficiency, and fairness. The hidden map of the step-free tube isn't just a convenience. It's a reflection of London itself, imperfect, evolving, but always layered with secrets for those willing to look deeper. Unlocking the hidden network. By now, you've glimpsed it, the other London Underground. Not the one printed in tourist brochures, but the hidden step-free version that few riders ever master. You know how to prepare before you descend. Apps, maps, battery charged. You understand the difference between step-free to platform and step-free to train. You've learned the flow. Follow the blue symbols. Expect detours. Embrace lifts as part of the rhythm. You know the jewels. Green Park, Westminster, Canary Wharf, and the traps like Bank and Tottenham Court Road. You know which tools give you the edge and how to read both maps and people. And most importantly, you see that step-free travel isn't just about accessibility. It's about finding a smarter, calmer, often more human way to move through London. So next time you ride the tube, don't just see the map in front of you. See the hidden map too, the one most riders miss. Because when you unlock the step-free underground, you're not just traveling differently, you're experiencing London differently. And once you've seen that, you'll never see the tube the same way again.